Alright, well last week was the release of the fourth Borderlands DLC pack, Claptrap's New Robot Revolution, and this week was actually the release of the Game of the Year edition of Borderlands on PS3. So I thought I might just do a bit of a Borderlands retrospective, take you back to Pandora, and for those of you who didn't heed my words the first time round, make sure you heed them now. I'll start off with Claptrap's New Robot Revolution. It's pretty much more of the same. It was released, and no surprises that I love it. It's kind of the same old Borderlands, over the top first person shooter. There's no real nothing new on offer, but the comedy has been amped up, which is pretty much inevitable when you consider the main antagonist is a sort of hyperactive little robot that dances and loves attention. Some new weapons, new mods, and new environments have been added, and I think it's a fairly solid sort of gameplay time. It's not as long as the main quest in the first Borderlands sort of proper game, but it does have a lot of time spent running around, gathering things. A lot of quests that you can, side quests that you can take on. It does get a little bit sort of repetitive. I think it brings back a few characters from the main Borderlands and one of the characters from one of the other DLC packs, and it kind of got a little bit like it dragged on at the end there when it kept bringing those guys back. But overall, it's very enjoyable. Basically, what's happened is at the well, I don't know if I can tell you if you haven't played it yet, but at the end of Borderlands, something happens, and yeah, now in this one, Claptrap's sort of is staging something of a revolution and trying to take over Pandora. He's claptrapifying all the native animals and a few of the native people of Pandora, and turn them around to his way of thinking through force. And it's your job, on behalf of the Hyperion Corporation, who manufactures claptraps, to stop them by force if necessary. So that kind of leads you off on the main quest. There's little side quests of gathering parts and finding certain claptrapified bandits and animals and things that you have to take down and collect bits of. So it's all fun, and it's basically the same sort of style as the main game. Onto the previous 3 DLCs. There was the first one was the Zombie Island of Dr. Ned, which is kind of a haunted house Halloween feel to it. You walk around. There's a lot of zombies, and it's your job to find out who's making them, where they're coming from, and try and stop them. A lot of laughs in that one as well, not as many as Claptrap's Robot Revolution, but it's a lot of fun, and it did give a whole new spin on the Borderlands sort of feel. It has a very different look, different feel. It's all nighttime, spooky, swampy, and it's just a nice new twist on Borderlands. The second was Mad Moxie's Underdome Riot, which is basically a 3-level arena where you and your friends can multiplayer, take on wave after wave after wave of bad guys. This one is multiplayer. It's a must-play as multiplayer. It's the difficulty gets amped up in this one, so much so that you can't really keep going as a single player in this one if you have been in the other DLCs and the main game. But I think that's one of the charms of the Underdome Riot, is you get to pull a few of your friends in and just have a great time, scalping people, headshotting, shotgunning, just having fun. Good clean fun. Third was General Knox's Secret Armory or something like that. I can't remember the name. And that one was a lot of fun as well. It was more driving based. There's a lot of highways elevated highways that you drive around out in the desert to try and find this you know, secret hidden armory with all its masses of weapons. I think in that one they also introduced the new pearlescent level of weapons, which it's a new big grade, more powerful, and a lot rarer. It also introduced Crawmerax the Invincible, which is, I think, the only mission or side quest in the Borderlands, any of the DLC packs or main game, that is actually leveled impossible. I think the mission is actually called "You Will Die," so that's something of a nice little challenge there for those who want to take it on. The main game itself, I think, is possibly the strongest story. It's a lot longer than all of the DLCs put together, and it's really where the story kicked off and where all the character and charm came out. It's a very Mad Max type of thing. You're wandering around in a dystopian sort of post-apocalyptic world where it's all desert, and basically your aim is to finish quests to get more stuff, to kill bigger things to get more stuff, to kill even bigger things to get more stuff, to sell to get more stuff. It's a very sort of it really speaks to the consumer in everyone, and it had a lot of it's a lot of fun finding all the new weapons and different types of mods for them. Basically, if you didn't pick it up, it's well worth getting the Game of the Year edition, because you get 4 or 5 main quests, a whole bunch of side quests, just too many to count. You'll be there doing them for hours, and the fact that they've bundled it all together and put it at one price where you don't have to buy or pay for individual DLC packs, I think is great, and it should be a massive incentive to anyone who didn't buy the main game to pick it up this time and get online and play with some friends, because it's a top game, and it comes as a highly recommended from me.
Ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. We got bills to pay, we got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. I know we can't slow down, we can't hold back, though you know we wish we could. I know there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good.